All right. Great morning, superstars. How is everyone doing out there this morning? I'm super excited for this episode of Social Media Saturdays. Today we are doing a halfway check-in, okay? So one of the things that I looked up and I realized is like, oh my gosh, half of the year, is already gone and we still have about what, 5 more months to go to close and finish the year strong. And so one of the things I thought it would be absolutely great to do is to have a mid-year check-in with my superstars just to make sure that everyone is tracking with their goals, okay? And so the first thing I want to know from my superstars is how many of you are on track to hit your 2021 goals? So if that's you and you're saying yes, Taria, I did my review. I sat down, with my goals that I wrote for the beginning of the year and I lined everything up. I matched everything up and I am on track to hit my goals. If you are on track to hit your goals, just go ahead, drop a 1 into the comment section and let me know, Taria, yes, I am on track to hit my goals. Okay. And so I definitely would like to know who out there is tracking to hit their goals. Okay. Also, this is for you also, if you are not on track to hit your goals. So how many of you are out there, you did take a look at your goals and then you said, you know what, I do need to do some adjustments. Okay. So if you find yourself needing to do some adjustments, just go ahead and let me know. Taria, put a 2 into the comment section. Taria, yes, I need to do some adjustment when it comes to my goals. Okay. And I see that Charette is out there this morning. Thank you, Charette, for tuning in and joining us. And I also see Adil. Hi, Adil. Great morning. Thank you so much, Adil, for joining in the conversation today. So, Charette, do me a favor, drop in the comment section and let me know, yes, I am on track to hit my goal. Drop a 1. And same for you, Adil. If you are tracking to hit your goals for 2021, drop a 1. And if you still have room to grow, right, things that you need to do to help you get to your goal, drop a 2 and then let me know. Okay. And so let me just ask the question, when you take a look at your goals and you take a look at the things that are required for you to hit your goals, are you struggling to create the right content for that would allow you to hit your goals? Okay. So this is for you. If you are out there and you say, hey, look, I have these big goals, but what is required, for me to get there? What type of content do I need to produce in my business that would allow me to hit those goals? Okay. Now this is for you if you are also, like I said, not on track and maybe you want to know what are some of the strategies that you could start to implement that would allow you to get there. Okay. And so if you are saying, hey, I want to know what are some of the things that I could be doing, what are some of the strategies that I should be taking a look at and implementing, then definitely this is for you. Okay. And so if this is your first time and you are joining our broadcast, welcome to Social Media Saturdays. And I am your host, Taria Hodge. And this is the place where you come to learn how to show up and shine. And so every Saturday, what I do is I share real social media strategies designed to fuel your business, capture your authentic message, and position you as an influencer in the marketplace. Okay. So as you join the broadcast, do me a favor. I always like to know who is watching us this morning. So as you come into the broadcast in the comment section, let me know where you are watching from. Okay. So put your city, put your state. If you are watching internationally, let me know what country you are watching from. Okay. And then I'm also going to ask you to share with us who you serve in your business. Okay. Who do you serve in your business? How you serve in your business and how we can connect with you. Okay. So who you serve in your business, how you serve in your business, and how we could connect. Now, this is one of the fun things that I love about social media Saturdays is the virtual networking. Okay. So I love to know where my superstars are tuning in from. And I love to see when they put into the comment section who they serve, how they serve, and how we could connect. Because one of the things that happens in our time together on these episodes, I actually see people connecting with each other. And then I also love the virtual networking that continues to happen in our community during the week. Okay. But here's the thing, we won't know who you are, right? How you serve and who you serve and how to connect unless you tell us. Okay. So take a minute and drop that information into the comment. And I see that I do believe we have Anila out there. Anila, I'm smiling because I think you're logged in into my account. So Anila is out there and she's watching from Miami, Florida. So thank you so much, Anila. Do me a favor, make sure you let us know who you serve in your business and how we could connect with you. And I see that Sherette is out there, and Sherette is saying if you are on track to hit your goals, one and on track looking to improve. Okay. All right. So thank you for sharing that information with me, Sherette. And I also see that you have mentioned Peg. Okay. So I don't see Peg's name showing up here as yet. But if you are out there, you're watching this morning, thank you, Peg, so much for jumping on and joining on the broadcast. Okay. Then also, what I'm going to ask you to do is just take a minute to share this broadcast out to your network. Okay. And so if you saw the promotions for the broadcast and you said to yourself, wow, this is something that I really need to tune into, just think about it. You probably know 5 other people, okay, who could be blessed by this information this morning. So do me a favor, look below the video, locate the share button, go ahead and hit share it out to your network. Maybe you might want to tag your business bestie on this one, because I promise you it's going to be a really great conversation. Okay. All right. So, why did I choose to have this topic this morning? And what we're talking about is how having the right content in your business or having the right content for your marketing can help you achieve your goals. And so, it's one of the things as I sat down, in the month of July, and I started to review where I am in my business, and I'm looking at my goals, and I'm just like getting so excited for all of the things that I've done in the first half of the year. And I was just like, oh, wow, this is absolutely amazing. And one of the things that I decided to do, like I actually upped my goals. Okay. So as I was reviewing my goals, like I said, in the month of July, I decided, like, you know what, it's time to, step up the game a little bit. So I decided to give myself a raise. Okay. And now I know that sounds so exciting and it sounds so good. How many of you, out there would like to give yourself a raise, right? And here's a really cool thing. As entrepreneurs, we do have that ability, right? At any given time, any given day, we could go ahead and just decide that, we're going to give ourselves a raise. And as I took a look at all of the things, I said to myself, what would be necessary in order for me to hit those goals? And so in working through, those things for myself, I said, you know what, this would be a really great conversation to have with my superstars this morning. There, I see you now, Peg. Thank you so much. Hi, Audrey. Audrey's out there, and she says she's serving educators in the DC, Maryland, Virginia community who would like to pivot from the classroom and explore the world of travel. So great morning, Audrey. Thank you so much for joining. And Peg is out there, and she's from the Eastern Shore. And she said Peg is a communications coach. She consults, and she's also a marketing strategist. And I'm working to help build the Internet of Things and the People's Network. So who knows about the IoT? Happy Saturday. Okay, so make sure, Peg, let us know where we could connect with you, okay? Because I know that there are people, out there who would love to know how to connect with you and learn more about the Internet of Things and the People's Network. I love it. I love it. I love it, Peg. Okay. All right. And I see Anila is out there. She's saying that she's looking forward to the talk. Okay. And so, like I said, yeah, let's talk about content for a second. Okay. And so, one of the first things that I kind of want to ask a question and pose out to our superstars. Okay. What are some of the objectives or some of the goals that you have, still on, well, that you have started out the year with? Okay, as far as your marketing, especially when it comes to social media. And so I hope, right, that you guys are setting goals for your social media. So, do you have goals and do you have objectives for your social media? So, what are some of the things that you are hoping to achieve when it comes to your social media? And so, that's the very first question that's on the table for my superstars. So make sure that you put in the comment section what are some of the goals that you have listed out for yourself as far as your marketing, especially when it relates to your social media for 2021. Okay, so go ahead and put those things in the comment section so I can know exactly where you guys are and what are some of the things that you want to achieve, and letting you know that there's still time for you to do that. Okay. And so I'll just start by sharing. I know some of, well, at least three of the big goals that most people look at when it comes to social media. The first one is increasing brand awareness. So, how many of you have brand awareness as a goal or an objective in your business for 2021? And when I say increase brand awareness, especially what brand awareness is getting more eyes on your business. Okay, so you have your business and you want more people to know about your business. Okay, so how many of you, actually had that or have that as a goal for your business? Okay, building your brand awareness. And so we're going to talk a little bit about some of the strategies that you can use to go ahead and build your brand awareness. And I see that Barbara is out there this morning. Great morning, Barbara, Lone Star State, Texas. Do me a favor, Barbara, make sure you put in the comment section who you serve and how we could connect with you. Okay. Also, how many of you, when you sat down and you took a look at your marketing, one of the focus areas that you have is to build your credibility online? Okay. So, how many of you, desire to show up as an influencer online? And so, that's one of the words that, I use all the time. Okay. Influencers. And we all have the ability to influence others. Okay. So, I consider each and every one of my superstars, right? An influencer. But what does it take, okay, to build your credibility and be seen as an influencer online? And so if you had that as one of your goals for 2021, also go ahead and drop me a line in the comment and then let me know. Okay. And then I think I saw Anila out there. She put it out there. One of the things that she's focused on for 2021 is attracting her divine clients. Okay. So great, great, great job, Anila, that you have that on the purview, the purview for you to attract the right clients to your business. Okay. And I see that Audrey is saying that her goal is to increase her brand awareness by regularly posting and using my marketing calendar. So great. So not only does Audrey have a goal, but she also has a strategy in place, right, that would allow her to get her business seen by more people. So awesome, awesome, awesome job for posting that, Audrey. Okay. And so Yeah, these are, some of the three main things that most marketers, most entrepreneurs, when they take a look at their marketing goals, and like I said, especially when it relates to social media, usually have like on their focus. Okay. So, and I know there are others. Okay. But these are usually the main three that people start with: building their brand awareness, building up their credibility to be seen as the expert or the influencer, online, and then thusly, attracting the right clients, not just any clients, but your divine clients, like Anila has put it. Okay. Getting the right people into your business. And so the question becomes, how do you use your content, okay, to get you there? And like I said, one of the things that as I sat down, for the second half, I decided, you know what? It's time for me to bump my goals up. I'm going to stretch. Okay, because I realized that I was tracking, and then, is one of those things like, oh, okay, if I'm doing this, then I need to bump it up and stretch. Okay. And then I started to look at, what are some of the things that, I can continue to do in my business that would allow me to hit those goals? And then what are some of the things that I can add to help me hit those goals? And as I was starting to think about those things, it really made me hone in on the topic of content. Okay. And so what are the things that actually needs to be produced from a marketing perspective to allow me to get there? Okay. And so, one of the things that I'm going to kind of peel back for you in our time today is just taking a look at what type of content you should be considering or you should be looking at that would allow you to hit those objectives, those three objectives that I mentioned in the beginning. Okay. So, whether it's your brand awareness, you are building your influence online, increasing your credibility, or attracting your divine clients. Okay. And so the first one that we're going to take a look at is building up your brand awareness. Okay. And like I said, brand awareness is simply the process of getting more eyes on your brand. So, what are some of the things that you are doing to help to introduce your brand to more people? Okay. What are some of the things that you're doing to build your audience? Okay. And so I heard Audrey says one of the things that she's doing is she's being consistent in getting her marketing calendar or her calendar, out there to, well, actually, she's using her marketing calendar to help her stay on track, to post regularly. And so posting on social media is the thing, and regularly and consistent. So I'm applauding you for that, Audrey. So that's one of the things that you can do that will definitely allow you to build up your brand awareness. Okay. Having a schedule that you're saying to yourself, this is when I'm going to show up on social media. Okay. Having a clear schedule and sticking to that schedule. Okay. Now, also, one of the things that when I take a look at brand awareness as far as content goes, one of the easiest ways and the quickest ways that you could build your brand awareness is through doing videos. Okay. So I know I ask this question all the time. So, how many of you are out there that are still a little shy on pulling the trigger on your videos? Okay. So, doing videos, especially live videos, whether you are on Facebook, whether you're doing your live videos on YouTube, LinkedIn now is allowing more and more people into their platform to do live videos on LinkedIn, or maybe you are doing your videos on IGTV. But videos is also like one of the easiest ways for you to build your brand awareness. Okay. Now, here's where the strategy comes in. Okay. As you start to take a look at the videos that you are creating in your business, and like I said, your goal or the objective is for you to build your brand awareness. When you take a look at the videos that you are producing, are you catering those videos, or are you lining those videos up with the program, the objective that you want to hit? Okay. So maybe one of the things that you're saying is, hey, I want to go ahead and I'm going to go with Anila. I want to enroll, new clients. I want to attract more of my divine clients. Okay. So as you do your videos, are you putting your content together that speaks directly to your divine clients? Okay. And it's as you build your brand awareness, can your divine clients see themselves in the content that you are creating for your videos? Okay. So how are you being able to, attract your divine clients? And one of the things that I've been actually looking at and practicing and putting into play is the use of storytelling. Okay. How do you use the power of story to attract your divine clients? Okay. And so that's one of the quickest and one of the easiest ways, as start to take a look at your video content, incorporating your brand story into your videos. Okay. That allows, once again, your divine clients, before their clients, to even, say, raise their hand and say, this person is for me. I need to connect with this person. I need to keep, following this person. This is the person for me. This is the coach, the mentor, the person that I need to work with. Okay. So this is all part of your brand awareness strategy. And so one of the things that I, tell my superstars all of the time is, when you take a look at your content, especially when you are planning your video content, kind of give your videos some thought. Okay. And so do you lay out first of all, when you take a look at your videos, do you have a schedule that you're going to do your videos? Okay. Or do you just randomly turn on your camera and do your videos? Do you have a scheduled date and time that you're going to do your videos? So once again, your audience comes to expect that you're going to do a video, or you're going to show up for them at this time. And like, to me, that's the secret sauce. One of the secret sauces behind building your brand awareness is the consistency. Okay. So can you consistently show up for your audience? Okay, that's the first thing when it comes to your videos. The second thing when it comes to your videos, and one of the things that I see most people forget, they enjoy getting on camera, telling people or sharing with their audience what they do, how they could serve, all of that good stuff. But don't forget, we are building our brand awareness. Okay. So, what's the next step for your audience after they watch your video? What do you want them to do after they watch the video? Okay. And so, do you want them to join a community? Do you have a program that you're leading them to, or do you want to have a conversation with them? Okay. So, all that to say is, as you take a look at building your brand awareness and you're doing your videos, and as a matter of fact, any other type of content that you're out there producing, don't forget your call to action. It's one of the most overlooked things that most people do when they put their content out there. Okay, don't forget your call to action. So in all your planning, make sure you include your call to action. Okay. All right. And so the next area of focus that we're going to take a look at is, how do you build your influence? So how many of you, have that as your target? Like, what? I want to show up and I want to be seen as the expert. Okay. And I should see all of the hands, the virtual hands going up. Okay. So what, my earring just fell out, guys. Okay. So if your goal is to be seen as an influencer, right, and an expert, what type of content do you need to produce in your business that would allow you to be seen as the expert? Okay. Can anyone take a guess? and let me know. Drop it in the comment section. What type of content should you be producing if you want to be seen as the expert or show up as the person of influence? Okay. And so while I'm waiting for some of those comments to come in, one of the quickest ways and the easiest ways for you to be seen as an expert is to do live training. So, how many of you have it, on the second half of your year, that you are going to incorporate more live trainings, into your business that would allow you to hit your goals? Okay. And so when I say live trainings, I'm also including webinars as well. Okay. So how many of you, have webinars planned for the second half of the year? And if you have webinars planned, how many webinars do you have planned? Okay. And like I said, one of the great things about webinars is that webinars will allow you to show up as the expert in your field. Okay. And it's really one of those conversations, as I'm sitting here and I'm thinking about it, is to kind of break it down as to how people are using content. Let me just say this: how people are using content, right? So let's make the distinction between doing live videos on social media versus doing a webinar or doing a live training. Okay. And we're breaking it down to brand awareness, and then we're also bringing it back to be seen as the expert. Okay. So one of the very foremost things that I'm going to say that we should all keep in mind when we do our videos. Okay. So whether it's a live video like I'm doing here now, or it's a pre-recorded video, you're putting content out there, on video content out there on your other social media platforms. Okay. Brand awareness videos, once again, is the opportunity for you to engage or attract your divine clients. So you have your audience, imagine a sea of people, and you want to now be able to call forth the right people to your business. So it's attracting, right? It's like that tuning fork. You get really clear with your message, and people say, "Ooh, that's the person that I want to, connect with." Okay. And that allows you to get the messaging for your brand out there so people know what your brand stands for. When it comes to be seen as the expert, one of the things that I'm going to challenge each and every one of you, if you are not doing this as yet, is to now have some type of training, whether it's a webinar or it might be a class that you're doing, in person or online. The world is opening back up now. So we're back to doing live trainings, right? How do you create that closed environment that would allow people to go a little bit deeper with you? Okay, so this might be an introduction. You might use your webinars or your live training to introduce your audience, okay, to your program or something, a different level of how they can work with you. Okay, so once again, when you do your webinars or your live training, this is your opportunity to show up as the expert, right? Show up as the person, as the guide that would be able to take your ideal client from the pain that they're in through the transformation and introduce, a way that they could work with you. Okay. And so as you take a look once again, at the content that you're producing, do you have webinars? Okay, as one of the things that you're doing. Okay, do you have live trainings as one of the things that you're doing? And I think Audrey's asking a question. Audrey is asking, are Zoom sessions a great way to build an audience? So, Audrey, that's a very great question. So let's take a minute to kind of unpack that for a second. Okay. Now, when I take a look at a platform like Zoom, Audrey, Zoom is a closed platform. And when I say a closed platform, this is what I mean. Usually you have to invite people to a Zoom. Okay. And normally if people doesn't have an invitation, if they don't have an invitation to get on your Zoom, or you haven't provided them with some type of link to join your Zoom, then they can't get on your Zoom. So Zoom is a platform that I use to build my credibility and be seen as the expert, right? And so usually when it comes to the brand awareness, the platforms like Facebook, your YouTube, your LinkedIn's and your IGTVs, those are great for brand awareness because they are open platforms. And when I say open platforms, anyone can come across your content. Okay. And anyone will can have the opportunity to interact with your brand. When I take a look at Zoom, okay, Zoom is more of a closed platform. So what I will do if I do have that webinar and or I have that training, I'm going to put it out there. Hey, I'm doing a webinar. Hey, I'm doing, a training, and I'm doing those things on Zoom. And then what that lets me to know, is that the people who register and the people who join, those people are ready to take the next step. Okay. And so the content that I produce for that type of platform, it's deeper than the content that I would produce on, say, a video for social media platforms like Facebook Lives. Okay. So, if I were to do a training on this topic, this is where I would do a Zoom training. Right. And then I would go deeper into the strategies and I would deliver, more content once again to showcase to the people who are on there, the registrants, why they should be working with me. So I hope that that makes sense, Audrey. And I hope that I answered your question. Okay. So yes, and I think, Audrey, that was such a great question because there are so many different platforms, out there. And sometimes people kind of get confused as to which one to use to achieve which goals. Okay. And so, like I said, brand awareness, things like Facebook Lives. Okay. Putting your videos on YouTube, those are great to increase your brand because once that content is there, anyone at any time, once you keep the content there, can find the content and then they could connect with your brand. Okay. Where you want to be seen as an expert, offer your programs. You want to do that more in a closed environment like a Zoom. Okay. All right. And then also the third thing that we're going to talk a little bit about is once again building out ways to support your divine clients. And so this is another thing that I've found interesting because I've actually been doing this in my business now for quite some time. So when it comes to, once again, you have, your clients, your divine clients, they're connected with you. Okay. How do you continue to support your clients? Okay. And one of the greatest ways that I see that, we have the opportunity to support our, divine clients in their process and in their journey is through online communities. Okay. And so by now, I think we're all familiar with online communities. How many of you out there have online communities in your business? Okay. And when I say online communities, what I'm talking about is groups. Okay. So do you have a group on Facebook? Do you have a group on LinkedIn? Do you have a pod on Instagram? Let me know if you have an online community out there that you are nurturing. Okay. Now, I'm also going to make, a distinction. Um, when it comes to online communities. And like I said, I love online communities. We have the Serve, Share, Shine, the Givers community. And that's a way also for us to stay connected with each other, thus building the brand awareness. Okay. And a way to continue into the conversation, on an ongoing basis. Okay. So I recommend, okay, if you have not started an online community, you should have an online community. Why? Because this is once again a place for those people who are raising the hand and saying, I want to learn more about you. I want to stay connected with you. Okay, they could stay connected with you in your group, and it gives you the ability to nurture the people in your group. And so I see Audrey saying yes, she has a community. Tanya, great morning, Tanya, how are you? Thank you for joining. Tanya is saying that she also has a Facebook group. Okay, and Peg is saying supporting and serving our communities is vital to success. That's absolutely correct, Peg. Okay, so once again, how many times, do we find ourselves kind of spinning around, right, on the content hamster wheel? And when I say the content hamster wheel, is that you're constantly producing content, you're putting content out there, but there's like really no separation or no hierarchy, right, or no way to step people through, your buyer's journey, or how you want to work with them, get them to the ultimate goal. Okay, and so just imagine you're out there, you're putting out your content. Okay, great. People have the opportunity, to see, connect, learn a little bit more about you initially. And then, you give the invitation, say, hey, if you want to learn more, you want to go a little bit deeper. It's like baby steps, right? You want to go a little bit deeper, then here's an invitation, for you to join my online community. Okay. And so having a clear content strategy for your online community is also key, because here's the thing: when it comes to your online community, these people have already raised their hand and says, yes, I'm interested, I'm ready to go to another level with you, right? So now, wouldn't it make sense, right, to share your offers and a deeper way of working with you with the members of your community? It totally makes sense. And so this is one of the ways that I have learned, to kind of increase the ROI on social media, right? Is just having a plan on how I'm using my content and what type of content goes where to serve whom. Okay, so it's having that distinction once again, or your content hierarchy, right? What type of content are you producing to serve whom? Okay, now the second type of community that I'm going to talk about is also having a community for your paid clients. So how many of you, have a community for your paid clients? Okay, so I see Tanya says yes, she has an online community. So do you have a public group, Tanya, similar to our Serve, Share, Shine Givers community? Drop the name of your community, Tanya, inside of the group. Okay, do you have a just a public group, or do you also have, a community or private community set up especially for your paying clients? Now, and whether you decide to have that community, on Facebook or another platform, it really doesn't matter, right? But do you have a online community for your paid clients? Now, this is something that I have found like can, oh my gosh, like makes a difference, right? Total difference in business, okay? Or in my business, I should say. Having that community that also supports my paid clients, that's different from my social media, like my Serve, Share, Shine community, is key, because it gives me an easy way to continue to serve, my paying clients. So this speaks directly to customer service. Okay, and so if you have on your goals, right, is to customer retention. Number one, you don't want to lose the customers or the clients that you have. So always be thinking about ways that you could continue to support them. Okay. And then also, how do you once again move people through your journey, your buyer's journey? So maybe they might start off, with one product level with you. How do you continue to nurture them so they could continue to take the higher steps with you? Okay. And one of the easiest ways that I've found to do that is to have a separate community that will allow me to serve my paying clients as well. Okay. And so Tanya is saying that she does have a private group, digital marketing on a budget. Okay. And so is that she does have a private group. I was just going to ask, I missed the whole private right there. Tanya. So thank you for putting that in. Okay. So yeah, so Tanya is actually implementing that strategy in her business as well, right? So having a public group versus having a private group where you create content once again that will be able to serve and support your paying clients. Okay. All right. And so those are like the things that when it comes to your content that I want each of you, right, to start to think about, because I hear it all the time and I see it all the time. People kind of get stuck when it comes to creating content. And it's so easy to get stuck. And one of the things that I realized, the main reason why we get stuck is because we have no clarity, right? When we don't know, what we're producing content for, it makes it hard to produce the content. But as you take a look at your goals, right? And you say, hey, these are the things that I absolutely know that I want to hit, for the year or the second half of the year. Then you start to ask yourself the question, what would it take for me to get there? Okay. And so do I need to attract, number one, more people to my business? And that might be the thing, right? A lot of us, sometimes are focusing on, how to increase our brand, right? How do we increase our brand? How do we get more eyes on our brand awareness? And so if that's the thing that you're saying to yourself, maybe you have a program that you want to launch, and then you take a look at your audience, right? And you said, you know what? I need to increase my audience numbers. Okay. Take a look at how you're going to do that, right? And then what's the content that you need to create that would support that goal? Okay. And then once again, like I said, maybe you might have a program, or you might have a product or service that you are launching. Okay. Or you might want to enroll, coaching clients. Okay. And if that's you, what's the best way for you to do that? Okay. And so one of the things that I've learned is that people come to social media to be social. People don't necessarily come to social media, with their wallet and their credit card in hand and say, hey, I'm ready to buy something off of social media. It could happen. Right. But, it doesn't happen very often. So, what's the opportunity that you're going to create that will allow people to see you as the expert and make a true buying decision as to whether they want to work with you on a deeper level? Okay. And then that's your webinars, that's your live trainings that you are doing. Okay. So once again, it creates that closed environment. You get the serious people, the people who know that they are ready to move forward in a particular area, and they're ready to explore the opportunity of moving forward. Okay. And I found that when you give those types of call to action, the work with me call to action, those call to actions go off better on your webinars and your live training. Okay. And then also, like I said, if you are focusing, on serving or providing more content to people who are already your clients. Okay. So maybe you have, once again, coaching clients, or you might even have a product. You might have a physical product that you offer. How can people get support around that physical product? Having a community that will allow you to serve and support your paying clients is also a great way, to help with customer retention and deal with, that thing that they call churn in business, right? So you won't feel that you always have to, be onboarding because you're losing clients all of the time. So how can you continue to support them in that process? Okay. And I see that Anila, thank you so much, Anila, for showing up and putting all the notes in the chat this morning. So I'm going to open up the floor and I'm going to ask any questions that you guys have in regards to how having the right content in your business can help you achieve your goals. Okay. So any questions that you might have, now will be the time to kind of drop them inside of the comment section, and I'll be happy to answer the questions while we're here on the live. And for those of you, who, on the broadcast, and maybe you're sitting here and you're saying to yourself, you know what, Taria, this is something that I have been going back and forth with myself. I know it's something that I need to do, and I don't know, I'm sitting on the fence for whatever reason. I'm having some challenges around it, creating content. I'm open to have a conversation with you. Okay. So I'm going to put it across the screen where you can schedule a 30-minute complimentary discovery session. So I hope everyone can see the link right there, and then I will drop it in the chat as well. Okay. And so if you would like to schedule a 30-minute complimentary discovery session with me to talk about what it takes to have the right content in your business to help you finish your year strong, okay, reach out and schedule your discovery call. Okay. And because, like I said, as it's one of the things, as I sat down and I started to look at where I'm at for the year, very pleased, very excited. Okay. But one of the things I said, it's time for me to go ahead and give myself a raise. So I bumped my goals up. Okay. And as I bumped my goals up, I started to ask myself the wonderful question, right? What do I need to do in order to get me there? Okay. So as I take a look at all of the new and exciting things that are coming for the second half of the year, also, what type of content do I need to produce that would allow me to get there? Okay. And so having, not just the goals, but having the benchmarks as well. So how do we do all of these things and, let ourselves know, right? We're setting benchmarks to let ourselves know that we are tracking to hit our goals at the end of the year. Okay. So Tanya is asking, has anyone used the room feature within Facebook groups as yet? And so that's a very good question. Tanya, me, myself personally, I have not utilized rooms as yet in Facebook. Okay. But if you happen to do so before I do, okay, just drop me a little note, maybe a messenger, and then let me know what your experience was with rooms. Okay. And I do believe rooms is, for those of you who don't know, what rooms are on Facebook and Facebook groups, rooms are the ability for you to do video calls with people. You could invite members of your group to get on video with you. Okay. And so, like I said, I have not tried rooms as yet. Usually I do my videos like Facebook Live videos, Tanya, right? And my superstars get on with me, and this is how we chat it up. This is how we stay connected. Okay. So yeah, let me know, how that experience goes for you. Okay. All right. So any other questions out there in regards to your content and what you need to do to make sure that your content is supporting your goals? Okay, and I'm just going through, making sure that I did not miss any of the questions out there. Okay. And all right. And so thank you. Thank you, superstars, for taking the time out once again to join me on another fantastic episode. I thought it was amazing. Episode of Social Media Saturdays. Okay. And so if this is your first time, on Social Media Saturdays, and you are not a member of our Serve, Share, Shine, the Givers community, you want to make sure that you head on over to Facebook, and then you knock on the door. Serve, Share, Shine, the Givers community, knock on the door, and I will let you in. And this is the opportunity for you to ask all of your questions, share, your social media comments or concerns, or anything that you're learning new. So I know one of the things Tanya is going to do, she's going to let us all know how her experience was with Facebook rooms. Okay. And so this is the place for us to stay connected in between our broadcasts. Okay. And I could also be found on other platforms, such as LinkedIn. On LinkedIn as my name, Taria Hodge. I could be found on YouTube, Social Media Saturdays. I could also be found on Twitter as Watch SMS Live, and on Instagram as my name, Taria Hodge. So those are all the ways that we can stay connected in between broadcasts. Okay. And like I said, if you have a question and you want to get into a conversation as to what you need to do to have that solid content plan in your business, content is one of your challenged areas, and you want to know, what kind of content you need to produce, how to stay consistent. That's the best thing, the biggest thing, how to stay consistent with your content, and how to use your content to get you to the goals and the objectives. Make sure you take advantage of scheduling your 30-minute discovery call. So with that being said, take care, superstars, and enjoy the rest of your week. Bye-bye.